Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 8 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. And they are collaborating a little bit with Dottie About Flair, who is giving prompts that you can use if you want to. So Christy gives the sketch, which is this one right here. And this sketch was created by Suzanna from the Scrap Room. And she has a YouTube channel, and I believe it is linked below. And the prompt from Dottie About Flair for this one is to use scraps. So it's got 2 pictures and a bunch of strips, bigger piece of paper down here at the bottom, a very large title it looks like, and then some embellishments here at where the paper meets the strips. So the paper pad that I decided to use because of my pictures is this Well Traveled by Recollections, and we are sort of traveling in the pictures. And then because of the prompt, I wanted to make sure I had scraps. They're not very big, so they won't take care of those long bits in there, but I will definitely be using them on this layout. Other than the base page, everything else is going to be scraps. So for my embellishments, I have a plethora of different kinds. I do not use that travel or those stickabilities. They didn't work. These are from Crafter's Square, and I really love those. They're kind of a silver chromey color. And then these are Creative Memories Sightseeing Europe stickers. These right here are my leftovers from the Going Places by Simple Stories. And this is all that I have left. There's only a few things on here I feel like I can use, but I want to use them. And then these are an Echo Park 10-pack called Travel. And then this right here is a piece of paper that I just was fiddling around with and using this brand new Dragonfly Glaze by Folk Art, and oh, it's so gorgeous. I used my Going Places stencil from Simple Stories and just made that whole square, and I ended up cutting some geotags out on my Cricut. One of them was out of that green, and then the other is out of the scraps that you saw in the paper pad. I have these 3 Dottie About Flair that I thought I might use, and at least one of, and they're orange, and then one of them is like a graph paper. And then I brought this Distress Oxide by Ranger Tim Holtz. It's Mermaid Lagoon. And then these are the 2 pictures I'm scrapbooking. We do a Universal Yum box with my family, and this was us taste testing France. So I love these pictures. They're super fun. I thought they would work well with the stacking of the pictures. So we didn't actually go to France, but we tried snacks from there. And we do lots of countries. We've been doing it since September 2019. And this was the very last time before COVID. So here's all the stuff. I've got everything I need. So let's see how this goes. So the first thing I did was open the paper pad. Like I said, it's the Well Traveled by Recollections. And I knew I wanted this right here to be my base page, and because it's got the world on it, that light blue aqua color. And then I knew I wanted to use those banners because over on the far, right now it's on the top, but on the far right of that paper it's got Paris. And so I'm trying to figure out this bottom part right here is going to be my bottom strip of the paper. And because in the far right corner it also says Express to Paris, and I thought I could use that with my title. Now, I'm gonna just say right now, this was the most cuckoo layout I've ever done. I don't normally do over tons of layering of stickers and covering things and having things sticking out. This is probably one of the craziest layouts I've ever made. I mean, I like it. It's very busy. It's a little strange for me, but I definitely used some stickers and embellishments, and it is wild and crazy, but hopefully you all like it too. So I put double-sided tape down because I don't want to tape the top because I know I'll be tucking some things. So I just put double-sided tape at the very bottom. I was just checking to make sure you all were still in the middle or in the view of the camera. And then I trimmed down my pictures as best I can, especially lengthwise. I know that I'm going to be tucking one in and overlaying a little bit. So one of them I mat on the geotag paper, and it just is a little, you can only see a very little bit once it's trimmed out, but that's going to be the top picture. And then the other one I just put on some of that green paper that's left over. So there's my first scrap. And so I'm going to get those tacked down and tuck them in. And I don't mind a lot of these pictures being covered. I have tons and tons of pictures. I have an entire scrapbook of Universal Yum because I take pictures of everybody with different snacks and they give thumbs up and thumbs down, or we rate them 1 through 5. And so I've got lots and lots of pictures. This is just to go in my 2020 chronological book so that I can document that we did get together and do the Yum Box. So I ink the entire thing with Distress Ink tumbled glass, and it's just enough to help it stand out against that light blue. I knew the bottom would be covered, but I just figured I'd go ahead and ink it because I wasn't sure. And then I put down the second picture, and like I said, I don't mind that most of it's covered. You can see the kiddos' faces and my aunt, and you can see the chocolate bar they're holding up, which is 47% cacao. I was a thumbs down for that, but I didn't take a picture of myself. I don't like dark chocolate. So they obviously liked it because they are all smiling super big. So I cut these strips, and originally these were both just one strip, and it was too thick, and it was going to cover where France is on that map, and I didn't want that. I even pulled up the map to make sure that I was looking at the right place because I didn't want to risk covering it, and so I cut that down because I was going to make it a little bit wider than that and then have like a 1/2 inch strip. Instead, I decided just to cut that one down, and I did ink it with the tumbled glass as well, so it would stand out a little bit. And then I get my geotags out, and I'm going to start layering these up and just trying to figure out where I want to put them. That little blue one's got to be tucked in since the side of it got cut out, and I knew when I put it in the Cricut that it was going to cut out. It was a very small scrap, so I wasn't worried about it. I knew I could tuck it. Then I decided I was going to take one of the geos that I created and put it to where France was in the circle of the geotag. I know normally, the pointy part is where that goes, but I thought that would kind of look ridiculous. And I was trying to cover up some of the geotags that were right around there. So I put that one down there, and it's got modes of transportation on it. And it is not bold and bright for a reason. I don't want it to stand out necessarily, but I figured I would get that on there lightly so it was still there. So I start with the biggest one in the middle, and I kind of put it over a little bit to the right because I know that I don't want big geotags in front of the faces of my aunt and my son and my nephew. So I filled the circles in with I cut out some circles, loose circles, because I don't cut circles very well, or I use my circle punch by Creative Memories. And so I got all of those down, and I don't think I have tacked down, nope, I have not tacked down the one on the top, so don't panic. I don't think that's France. It's not tacked down. I was waiting. So I'm looking I got the Simple Stories sheet out with these word phrases. I'm trying to find a good place for this little tag says, grab your passport. And I end up putting it back. My plan is to come back later with it, but I wasn't sure, so I put it away for now. And then I start going through the Echo Park, and this sticker sheet right here that you're looking at on the left, I pulled a ton of stuff off of there and just go to town in that bottom left corner because I'm trying to cover up, not necessarily where it says destination, but I'm trying to cover the majority of all of the other places. So one of them says like Aloha, one of them says, I don't even remember, one of them says Florida or something, and I don't want that, so I thought I'd use that globe. And then I thought I'd use this little Expedition Explorer Dream Discover Travel Journey. And I'm just trying to find the best way to cover as much of that up. Not that I care if it's peeking out, but if it predominantly covers the name of where, you know, all these other places, then that's what I did. And I'll go back and tweak that some more. So one of these sticker sheets has these little tile letters. So I use a U for the N and a 3 for the E and put on the, and it says on the Express to Paris. And I thought that was fun. And so then I keep flipping through the stickers. I end up back at the same sticker sheet I was on in the beginning. And I decide I'm going to tuck it right here and put the globe on top of it. And I'm happy with that. And then I'm thinking, there's all these other like countries down here at the bottom. And then I realized that there's a banner at our border strip. So I take that border strip, I move everything up. I'm not kidding. I'm surprised that the bottom left corner of this page did not get just destroyed. Pulled all that up, moved it up some, put that border strip down, and then put all of that back down. And I am much more excited about how that ended up looking. So I do trim off that ribbed point, the left side of that sticker that says Explore. And now I am going to work on putting this geotag down to where, like I said, it is the circle is showing France. And I want to cover, see, I just brought my map back up to make sure I didn't miss anything. And I get that tacked down. And then I want to add this Dottie About Flair. Look, it like appeared magically. But the orange just does not work for me. So I open up my little tray and pull out this pink one. It's like pink bubbles, or it could be fish scales. It's clouds. It could be anything. But it is a pink that matches the pink in that paper and what I'm working with. So I get that down on some fun foam, and I love it. So then I pull out these Crafter Square stickers. They're like puffy stickers, but they look metal. And I put the Eiffel Tower right there in the middle, and I really love that. But I also wanted to add a little something over here underneath the Express to Paris. And I make sure that that bench is going to go down there without covering the Paris. And I put that down, and then I trying to figure out if I want to put another one of those embellishments on there, and none of them are going to look right or feel right. So I get the Creative Memories stickers and put a couple of those down on here to cover a little bit more of the bottom. And then I don't want to put another Eiffel Tower, so I go ahead and put that away. There's like a loaf of bread and some other different things. I didn't want those, so I just put that back and then pulled out another Crafter Square that has that same brassy or pewter looking color, and it says "Have a nice day." There was one that said "Enjoy," and I almost pulled that, but it would have covered Destination completely, or at least quite a bit of it, or hung off the bottom. So I went ahead and went with the "Have a nice day." And then I am trying to figure out, now I'm going to attach the Dottie About Flair. I use a little foam piece from the Fun Foam at Walmart to put it in the inside, and then use my Nouveau Deluxe adhesive to attach it to the page. And I am loving how crazy and wild this layout is, and I'm not done yet. In this sketch, there is 2 hearts up here in the top. Although it's over a little bit further, I'm going to go ahead and put my extra little thing here. And I thought about it flying towards where it says Paris, and then I thought, no, I want it to be facing out. And then I had these extra circles I was going to tuck there. They looked ridiculous, so I pushed that down so it was attached. Decided that I was going to add the Mermaid Lagoon just to the bottom. I do add a little bit of the blue up at the top, but not in splatters. I don't want a bunch of splatters up in the top I mostly wanted it down at the bottom with all those clusters. I figured that it would help make that a little more cohesive. I mean, why not? There's already 9 million crazy things down there. So I get that taken off, and then I decide that I'm going to do, instead of doing gemstones or enamel dots, I take that same Mermaid Lagoon and make 3 little cluster dots by the Dotty Dot Flare, by the little extra airplane on the top right, and also down next to the geotag, the bigger geotag. And they will spread a little because of their ink and not like a gel or glue, but I'm okay with that. So I pull back out the Simple Stories Going Places stickers that I want to use, and I'm trying to decide where I want to put them, and I decide that up here is where they is calling for something. I don't like a lot of empty space, can you tell? So I like them here, but then I find that passport on that same sheet, and I think, oh, I have the perfect idea. I'm going to tuck it down by the dotty, underneath a little bit of the flare, and that way it's more of a cluster, and then put these stickers coming from the passport, so it just kind of has almost like a banner feel. Make sure that it is reasonably even with the other one, and then push that down. And I think that I'm getting close to the end. I found a couple more stickers, a geotag, and then another little baby airplane, because there was a big heart and a little heart. I thought, yeah, might as well. And here is the sketch. I'm done. Please let me know what you all think down below in the comments, and please go into my the section below and follow along with all of the other scrappers who are doing the 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life and Dotty about Flare. I hope that you all have a great day. I hope y'all don't think this is too crazy. So, happy scrapping, you all.